Flooding. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Katrina Spurl. The aftermath of the flooding back in March is still impacting Townsend, Nebraska. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Kennedy Stillwater traveled to North Bend to see how they're recovering.
Close to 4 months ago, practically the whole town of North Bend was underwater, but thanks to the community's support, they're well on their way to recovery. This is what North Bend looked like in March. Buildings and roads completely flooded.
Water was coming into town. I was right there as it was first crossing over Highway 30 and got into the North Bend city proper at that time, into our streets.
Now, in late June, their roads are dusty but dry and buildings are being repaired.
You look around, town looks kind of normal, but you take a little bit closer, town, you still see those effects of the flood of 2019.
Arneal said the days blended together. People were working around the clock to help salvage what they could. There were no church services or events in the community for weeks.
We had a recovery committee that met at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, keeping everybody on the same page and updated. And it was pretty amazing to see everybody come together.
Arneal also works at the North Bend Eagle. The newspaper's property was severely damaged. They had to get new carpet and some new drywall. And just a few doors down, the only pharmacy in North Bend was nearly destroyed.
Our damage was to the floor, the shelving units, and a little bit of merchandise.
Steger found ways to make his business work through the whole mess, finding a temporary fix for every aspect of his pharmacy.
We just kind of had to make do with what we had.
Steger took this hard hit and made it into a positive situation by updating the whole pharmacy. When I was in North Bend, they were just pouring fresh cement. The community is still heavily relying on each other, whether it's through donations, cleanup, or renovations.
We've had a fire here, we've had tornadoes and stuff like that affected, this affected the entire town. And so everybody has a flood story.
Now, like I said, they are on their way to recovery, but there is still a lot of work to do. If you would like to donate, we'll have a link on our website at klkntv.com. For now, reporting from North Bend, Nebraska, Kennedy Stillwater, Channel 8 Eyewitness.